Now, now let us look at organic compounds. Okay, organic compounds. So here, what all we are going to study? We will study definition of organic compounds. Okay, definition. Then we will study about hydrocarbons. So what are hydrocarbons? Then in hydrocarbons we will study about saturated and unsaturated compounds. Okay, saturated and unsaturated compounds. So these are the things that we are going to learn in this topic. So it is easy, so we can just jump into it. So our first question is, what are organic compounds? What are organic compounds? So organic compounds or organic chemistry, so that's a branch in chemistry. Okay, a very big branch in chemistry. So organic compounds means the compounds of carbon except its oxides, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates are known as organic compounds. Okay, so I will just write it here. Okay, so here it is. So please look at the definition carefully. The or compounds of carbon except oxides, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates, because all these three carbonates means what? This is carbonate ion, CO3 2 minus. Okay, so there can be also other ions, right? Like NO3 minus, SO4 minus, SO4 2 minus. This is sulfate, this is nitrate. Okay, these are all having similar properties, and all these we will study in inorganic chemistry. Okay, inorganic chemistry. Also, what are oxides? Oxides means what? Like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, etc. Well, all these are actually similar to some other oxides like NO2, SO2, etc. Okay, this also we will study in inorganic chemistry. This hydrogen carbonate means it is HCO3 minus ion. So this is the hydrogen carbonate ion, or bicarbonate ion we will say. So all these we will study in inorganic chemistry. Okay, so look at the definition once again. So the compounds of carbon except its oxides, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates are known as organic compounds. So in olden times, okay, in olden times, people believed that these organic compounds will be only synthesized from nature. Okay, so only from nature these organic compounds will be there. But a scientist named Friedrich, Friedrich, Friedrich Vogler, this person, he created urea. Okay, urea is an organic compound. So he created this organic compound from two inorganic compounds. So these are the two inorganic compounds from which this person named Friedrich Vogler prepared this urea. Okay, so after that people came to know that okay, we can prepare organic compounds in chemical labs as well. Before that, people believed that it is only present in nature. By nature it is present. But that theory was discarded after this Friedrich Vogler accidentally discovered urea. Okay, so that is about organic compounds. Just look at the definition. Okay, now let us move on to hydrocarbons. What is hydrocarbons? So it's very easy. Okay, the compounds containing only carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen containing compounds are called hydrocarbons. So it's very easy. So please remember this always. Okay, so it's easy. Now the thing is, these hydrocarbons, so we can also write a lot of examples of these hydrocarbons, because these are only carbon and hydrogen containing compounds. So like C2H6, C2H4, or what we can say C30, H60. All these are compounds containing only carbon and hydrogen. So these are all called hydrocarbons. Now the important thing is, this hydrocarbons is divided into 2. Hydrocarbons is divided into 2. So first one is saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons. The other one is unsaturated hydrocarbons. Now, so saturated hydrocarbons means what? Okay, that is a question. So saturated hydrocarbons only has single bonds between carbon. Single bonds between carbons in a compound. For example, let us take C2H6. So in that C2H6, this carbon-carbon bond is single bond. So all compounds having only single bonds between carbons are called saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated also means there can be no more attachments. Okay, no more bonds possible for carbon, because now carbon is having 4 bonds and no more additions, nothing is possible. So it is saturated. So that is saturated hydrocarbons. These unsaturated hydrocarbons are divided into 2. Doubly bonded hydrocarbons and triple bonded hydrocarbons. Okay, so unsaturated compound contains two subcategories, which are some compounds containing double bonds, some compounds can also contain triple bonds. For example, C, double bond C. Okay, H, 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 H. So here C, the carbon and carbon is having double bond between them, 1, 2. If it is like this, see this compound, here carbon and carbon is having 3 bonds in between them. Okay, so this is called triple bond. So, and please understand, unsaturated hydrocarbons are divided into 2. Now there is a common name for these 3. Okay, so the common name for these saturated hydrocarbons is alkanes. Okay, ALKANE, alkane or alkanes we will say in plural. So this doubly bonded hydrocarbons or doubly bonded unsaturated hydrocarbons are also called alkenes. Okay, so look at the change in name. So here it is ANE, here it is ENE. Now these triply bonded hydrocarbons, they are called alkynes. Okay, alkynes. So ALKYNE. So that's a change. Okay, so please remember these 3 terms. These are important. Now there can be also a general formula for these alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Okay, general formula. So we will come to that general formula. So what is meant by general formula? General formula means you need to understand there can be n number of compounds in this alkanes. So this is like a family of compounds. So it is also called a homologous series of alkanes. We will study about homologous series, okay, in the next videos. But understand there can be a number of compounds in this alkane family. Similarly, there can be a number of compounds in alkene family. Okay, similarly alkynes. So if you write a general formula, we can find out n number of compounds. Okay, so first let us write the general formula of alkanes. So the general formula of alkanes is carbon CN. Okay, H2N plus 2. This N means number of carbon atom. That simply means if you put 1 for this n, what we will get? We will get C1 H2 into 1 is what? 2 itself. 2 plus 2 is 4. H4. We generally don't write this 1. Okay. So this is basically CH4. This CH4 is also called methane. So understand, CH4 is the first member of alkane. Okay, so we have found out the first member. Okay, interesting. Now put 2 for this particular general formula. So this is the general formula. This one is a general formula. So put 2. What we will get? We will get C2 H2 into 2, 4 plus 2, 6. Okay, I'm looking at here. C2 H2n, right? 2 into 2 plus 2. So it will be C2H4. C2H4. Okay, so it's very easy, right? So you will get C2H4. Next member we will get C2H6. Not 6. You will get CH8. You will get C4H10. So it will continue. Okay, so that's the advantage of this general formula. So you should remember this general formula. It is very, very important. Okay, this is very, very important. Next, we will look at the general formula of alkene. Alkene, alkene. So the general formula of alkenes is CnH2n. Okay, only 2n. So here n is equal to number of carbon atom again. But the thing is that here n will only start from 2, 3, 4, etc. So you can ask why n is not starting from 1. Simply because what is this alkenes? Alkenes means that is doubly bonded compounds. To form a double bond we need at least 2 carbons, right? So that is why it is starting from 2. Okay, so if you have doubt you comment below. Okay, this is starting from 2 because to form a double bond we need at least 2 carbon. So if you ask why double bond here, look at this family of compound is alkenes. Alkenes means we have already studied it is doubly bonded. So what is the first member? Put n equal to 1. We will get C1. Sorry, 1 is not possible, right? So C2 H4, that's the first member. Second member is what? Put 3 here. C3 H6. Okay, next member C4 H8, like that. So you can find out n number of compounds by using this general formula. Next, the last one is alkynes. So the general formula of alkynes is CnH2n minus 2. Don't forget. Okay, so here also the same thing like the before. Copy, paste. So here also n is the number of carbon atoms. N is starting from 2. Okay, because alkynes means what? There is triple bond. Okay, triple bond. So in order to form a triple bond we need at least 2 carbons. That is why. So the first member is what? C2H2. So if you ever wondering why C2H2, look at the general formula. If you put 2 here we will get C2. H2 into 2 is 4. 4 minus 2 is again 2. So C2H2. Easy, right? So you will get C2H2 as the first member, then C3H4, then C4H6, like that. Okay, so the 3 general formula, it's very important. Okay, so I am just highlighting it. Okay, so this one. Okay, CnH2n minus 2 plus 2, CnH2n, CnH2n minus 2. So this is the general formula for alkane, alkene and alkyne. Okay, so don't forget it, it is very very important. So if you have any doubt in this particular portion, okay, we have looked at organic compounds, then we have looked at hydrocarbons. So in hydrocarbons, these three families we have studied, and also we studied the general formula, and we should be able to make these compounds. Okay, and by looking at the compound, you should be also able to understand to which family it belongs. So imagine, I will give you one question like this. Okay, so I have a compound here. Okay, so I have a compound here, C3H4. I need to identify which is this. I need to identify which is this compound. Okay, so what I will do? So I want to identify C3H4, whether it is alkane, alkene, or alkyne. I want to identify. So what I will do? I will write the general formula, CnH2n plus 2, CnH2n and CnH2n minus 2. So if I put 3 in all these formulas, what I will get? If I put 3 here, I will get C3H2 into 3, 6, 8. Here C3H6, here C3H4. So understand, so if I use this general formula only, I will get C3H4. So that is belonging to alkyne. So our compound is alkyne. So in that way also you need to think. Okay, so just go through your notes, and if you have any doubt, you comment below. Okay.